All your trades are belong to us, ha ha ha.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and do a trade call. I'm looking at ZeroX Binance chart versus Bitcoin. You have the start of the move here set to 0 on this Fibonacci, up to the peak of about 0.0002 Bitcoins per 0x, and a very perfect retracement to 0.786. And after a major bullish bear market, I guess you would call it, you would expect it to end somewhere in here, which is a higher low between the 0.786 or the 0.886. I mean, between is not a good word, but very close to one or the other. So now switching from the weekly to the daily, you've got a 2 breaking above a 1, which is bullish on this numeric. So there's some, these arrows are, they're not really sells, but what they tell you is it's been going up for a while, I guess you would say. But, you know, this is like barely up. It's mostly sideways. What's happening here is these giant candles are skewing things. Otherwise, this one would still be here, and it was a decent arrow. This one would not be if it wasn't for this. I mean, this is a huge volume, giant order. As traderjay says, I cannot ignore that volume. I don't have a southern accent like he does. Anyway. So, daily. So yeah, I would perfectly happy ignoring this one. We've got this one that was perfect. This one that was just an intermediate on this way up. So the bubbles, we can call this the bubbles. They tend to shrink right before a trend change. You shrunk here. This downtrend was just sideways and it stayed shrunk, and now it's opening up again and looks like it's opening up. They don't always indicate a switch. It could just be a rest. Here it was not a switch. I mean, it did actually switch, but not meaningfully, not tradably. On the 4 hours, you still got the green numbers trading above the previous green numbers. The main thing out of everything here is this formation that's appearing. When you got like mounting pressure is what I want to call this, with higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, beating up against this spot for some reason is enormous resistance. I guess it is a Fibonacci line. Let's see if it's got, yeah, it's not that big of a deal just based on prior. I mean, it did fumble about it here right before it went crazy. 1 hour about, looks like it's kind of breaking out. We hit this 9 earlier, which slowed us down. Zoomed in too far. The 9s are nice and enlarged, engorged, if you will. I'm going to switch back to daily. So how high could this go? This is the trade call I went in. Target, just a redo of the flagpole, basically. That gets you up to here. That might be like more of a rest than the end point. Let's do the Fibonacci extension tool. So you just follow these and make it stick out the side so you can see where it's different. So these are the targets. Long term. Here, 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 all-time high, and if it breaks the all-time high, Lord knows how far, maybe all the way up 0.008, which would be 10 times, yeah, 10 times versus Bitcoin, which might also go up. Now, if that is ridiculous, I mean, these things have moved. I would say a 10x move is pretty typical for an altcoin. Let's try something else. I can't do Fibonacci extension because I don't have the original starting point. So what we'll do is get rid of that. Get rid of this. and do the Fibonacci retracement. So what we did was, we'll just say we started here, went to the bottom, and it hit this 0.316. So a similar move. Let's get it zeroed. Or 0.36. Similar move gets us to 0.562, which is way up there. Let's see, the other one gave us like 0.008. Yeah, I didn't say the zeros right. Who cares? You can see it. Anyway, so and this wasn't the actual starting point. I wonder if we can get an earlier exchange, such as we were on Binex, so Bittrex. No. Well, no. Okay. Back to Binance. So this is what we got. So yeah, so this is the call. The stop out point is getting below this red line and out of this triangle. Just because it's like up here doesn't mean it's off to the races. You know, it's been up, down, up, down. It may come down, up. The give up, this is where you would give up. And you know, this is not what I'm recommending you to do. This is what I'm looking at. Because I can't tell you what to do, and I shouldn't tell you what to do. So that's my disclaimer. This is what I am doing and what I'm looking for, what the chart's telling me. The chart can tell 10 different people 10 different things, so use your best judgment. I want to get on the record here and see if I can make good trades publicly, or if the magic disappears once I tell people about it. Alright, well, I'll update you guys on this one after who knows how long. It may take a while. Let's see, this is a daily chart. I mean, it could stay in here for some days. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. You'll hear from me again, I promise. The show must go on.